Boker Tov, good morning. We continue with a 3-minute daily dose of Torah, studying Hasagat Gvul, chapter 19, verse 14 in Shoftim and Dvarim. Yesterday we already looked at the shift to seeing this as related to copyright law, but there's a much broader application, and it emerges in the Gemara and Baba Batra. The Talmud there says, Amar Rav Huna, Hai bar muvoah de oke reche. Somebody who's living in an alleyway in a neighborhood section. Don't think of it as some dingy alleyway, but they're sort of this narrow spot which is very well defined. And I set up a hand mill in that area, which means that the people who live right near you are going to bring their grains to you, and that's the business you've established. Va'asa bar mevoah chavrei ukamuki gabe. And so another person. Interestingly, they use the phrase chavrei, his friend, but it just means another Jew who's there in a little well-defined area. He comes and he sets up his own mill right there. So what's the halacha? Right? Is that fair? Is that allowed? Fair is one part of the question. Is it allowed? Right? Is there a prohibition against Shimon? Reuven sets up first. Shimon comes afterwards and sets up a mill as well. Dinahu dima'akev uliyeh. The halacha is that he may prevent him. Right? He can take legal action to prevent him. De amar le, because he has the right to claim. He can claim ka pasak de lechiyuti. You are causing my livelihood to cease. You're having a deep impact on my livelihood. This is a halacha about protection of businesses from competition. Complicated, very complicated, to protect businesses from competition, especially in our society where we take a laissez-faire stance and the business, ultimately some assertion that common good and a larger good is accomplished by a hands-off policy on the part of the government and legal authorities. Here, the rabbinic interpretation, in the end, they see this as drawing from our pasuk in the Torah, is that there's a moral obligation to protect people. How far does this go? So here you have that's what's a rich conversation that's to be had, and there's a difference ultimately between healthy competition and ruinous competition, especially when unfair practices are employed and the like. And so, here on our 3-minute daily dose of Torah, we're not going to be able to manage all of these these principles. But that becomes the distinction. But and it says that look, you see an opportunity, to open up a business. So the answer is you go someplace where that business isn't happening. Don't go to the place where it is already happening and cut into my livelihood. We'll see how it's interpreted a little bit more tomorrow as we complete our study of this pasuk. Have a great day.